to another edition of Real Estate Investor Talk. We're here at an Invest Cyprus event here in Cape Town, South Africa. We've got a visitor from Cyprus. He's a executive director of Leptos Property Group, big property developers, hospitality, tourism company, and it's George Leptos. He's also the vice president of the Cypriot Chamber of Commerce. George, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your trip into South Africa, why you're here. I know there's a lot of investors that have invested in Cypriot property for good reason. Tell us a little bit about your trip here with the Chamber of Commerce.
Our group has been dealing with South Africa. We have activities here over many years. But now we took the opportunity to combine the visit of the delegation of the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce and Industry, of which I'm heading, to both Johannesburg and Cape Town, where we had two forums regarding business opportunities in Cyprus and finding ways of increasing our cooperation and our business deliberations between Cypriot companies and South African companies.
So what were the main findings over your trip here over the last week?
The main findings were that definitely we must intensify our efforts to inform better the South African business community and the people at large regarding the opportunities that Cyprus can give them regarding investments in Cyprus, but most importantly, to do business in Europe through Cyprus.
Right.
For various tax and other reasons.
Right. So we've just seen a presentation now buying property in Cyprus, and there seems to be wonderful opportunity for investors.
First of all, Cyprus is beautiful. That's why it's very popular to both tourists and to foreign nationals acquiring property, even just for a holiday home. Thousands and thousands. We have a big UK expatriate community just because they love the place.
Yes.
It's very safe. Extremely safe. It's the safest in Europe and one of the most safe in the world. The climate is beautiful. The sea is the cleanest in Europe and the Mediterranean according to official statistics. So the whole lifestyle, first of all, I would say is the lifestyle. The government has given several incentives. Some of them are tax incentives and some of them are residence incentives. With regard to tax incentives, they have reduced VAT for real estate down from 19% to 5%. For properties that do have VAT, because some do not have, this 5%, then there will be no transfer duty, zero transfer fees. But if there isn't a VAT, then the transfer fees are reduced by 50%. Right. There's no inheritance tax. There is no property tax, no annual property tax. There was one until this year. They abolished it as of the next year. And there's no capital gains tax. In addition to these tax advantages, the government has introduced over the last 2 years two distinct schemes. One is the permanent residency scheme, where a family, if they buy a property of a residential property of 300,000 euros or more, minimum 300,000 euros, then within 2 to 3 months maximum from application, the whole family, including the children up to the age of 25, dependent children, and the parents of both the applicant and his spouse. I mean, so we're talking about 3 generations now of the same family. They acquire a permanent residency status in Cyprus. Similarly, we have the citizenship scheme, another very successful scheme because we believe it's the best that is offered in Europe and possibly in the world. It's an EU citizenship, so once you acquire the Cyprus passport, immediately you are a European citizen, which allows you to travel, to stay, live, work, study, and enjoy any European community country. And in this case, the requirement is to have a clean criminal record, of course, and to make an investment into residential property in Cyprus of value of minimum 2 million. This could be in one property or it could be many properties. If it is in many properties, then you are allowed to after you must keep the property, all the properties for 3 years. You
Right.
can change them in between, but
Right.
always keeping total value the same.
Right.
So after 3 years, you must keep one of the properties of minimum value 500,000 euros as your residency, but you can sell all the rest. In the meantime, you can take benefit from having this property by renting it, exploiting it, having a business. And this citizenship applies again to the husband, his spouse, and the children up to the age of 28, if they are dependent. And in case the parents of the applicant also wish to acquire the citizenship, this can be done by paying an additional 500,000 euros for an additional property.
Right.
Lastly, I would like to say that this would be the right time for somebody to invest in real estate in Cyprus and take advantage of the numerous opportunities and incentives that I mentioned. Because after a period of cooling down due to the international financial crisis, now prices have started and sales and demand has started to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Cyprus is very small as an area.
Sure.
Prime land is therefore limited.
Mm-hmm.
So with stable or increasing demand and reducing prime land and good project supply, obviously prices will go up. Statistically, year on year, 2016 we had 30% increase in sales as compared to 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And this is following another increase that we had between 2015 and 2014.
Wow.
In addition, Cyprus experienced the highest price increase
Mm-hmm.
in properties
Mm-hmm.
within the European Union, 7%. It was number one.
George, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Is there a lasting message that you would like to just leave with the South African investors out there?
The message I would like to give is get information about Cyprus, come and see us, see what you have to offer, get information about what you can do in Cyprus, what are the opportunities there, and decide for yourselves, as many other thousands and thousands of non-Cypriots have done and invested in the real estate of Cyprus.
George, thank you very much for the opportunity. I've had the opportunity of going there. Hospitality is wonderful. The country is wonderful. In fact, George, you actually invite the people to come over and view it for themselves.
Yes.
And make the decision for themselves. And that's the best way, I think, that you can make a decision at the end of the day.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
having me.